live at 5 on Monday, October 3rd, with a very special guest today from Paramore, Ryan Vona.
We love Paramore. Big hit over on 42nd Street. It's also National Mean Girls Day. Happy National Mean Girls Day.
And they did something very cool.
Yeah, so very smart because, and you know, in our office we were already planning. This is already a holiday for our staff.
Yes.
Which is why we did a culture list to try to cast the main mean girl.
Regina.
Yes, her. But they announced today that the show is actually going. I can't believe this is actually happening. This was like a fan thing forever.
Going on for so long.
We've been hearing about it forever. And now the show is actually will premiere in a year. Next fall.
Yeah.
In Washington, D.C. We don't know where.
We don't know where
Maybe
yet.
at the White House.
I mean,
we literally don't know where. They just said
we
DC?
don't know where. But having been teased for so long that there were workshops, there was this, there was that going on, that they've written it, whatever, it's being done. It's actually happening. We have
It's
a date.
actually happening, people.
Yeah.
Now I hope it's good.
Well, that's the next thing, isn't it?
That's the next thing. So we did the poll.
Yeah.
These are the top 3 choices. Number 3 was Jennifer Damiano.
I can see
Number 2, Jasmine Cephas-Jones. And number 1, Anna Kendrick, who has not been on Broadway since she was young.
No.
She said she might consider, maybe this is how she should come back.
As Regina.
Maybe. I don't know. So is that, are people saying those are mean girls or just great actresses? Just great actresses.
I think great actresses. I'm
just
not saying
great
they're
actresses,
mean.
yes.
Stop trying.
Absolutely.
Stop being so naughty, Paul.
Gordon Davidson died. Big,
sad.
like LA theater titan. Like he started the Mark Taper Forum. 83 years old. He also won a Tony Award for directing the play The Shadow Box, which was a huge hit in the 70s. Like very produced play, very very popular. So R.I.P. to Gordon Davidson, big LA theater guy. Something Rotten. There's a new Shakespeare.
There is a new Shakespeare. Temporarily. Am I going to say it wrong? Eric Sciotto.
Yeah, you said. I think you did it right.
Sciotto.
He's in the ensemble of Something Rotten, and he's been covering the role of Shakespeare the entire run, and he's gone on a lot. And he is now officially going on for 2 weeks because Will Chase leaves this week.
Yes.
Right? And then on the 11th, Eric will start, and he'll be doing it through the 23rd. And then we're waiting to see. We're waiting to see who will be Shakespeare for the final 2 months of the run, basically. So
they can get someone fun in for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's just 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's not that big of a commitment.
Yeah.
So maybe they can get someone, I don't know,
you never know. I think watch this space.
All right, let's Dreamcast that.
Yeah, we could absolutely.
And there's a really cool video, by the way. Our sister site, Broadway Box, does these videos where they take Broadway dancers and dancing through my resume, and they like literally do all their shows, and they did one with Eric last week. So check that out. Jeffrey Denman is another great dancer, singer-dancer. He's joining Cagney.
Yeah, off-Broadway, big hit off-Broadway.
October 14th, he's going to play Bob Hope and others.
Yeah.
And he was in White Christmas, The Producers. He's done a lot on Broadway, so congratulations, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Fringe Festival, Fringe NYC, has been an annual festival downtown, sort of a legendary festival.
Summer.
They've announced that next year they're taking off, and they're kind of regrouping and figuring out what the future is for the festival, and trying to just take a minute to breathe.
And it's not ending. It's
take
just
the summer off. It's not ending, but they're taking a summer off.
That's good. I think you can always then shake things up a bit.
Yeah.
We like
maybe they'll come up with a great plan.
Yeah.
The Drama League Awards will happen May 19th. It's a little early to talk about this stuff.
I'm just feeling a bit like the season hasn't
let's
even
not go
started yet.
Let's pretend like I didn't say that. Sooner than that, Only Make Believe is a big benefit every year.
Yeah.
And they landed some really big names this year.
Yeah,
so
big names.
They're going to honor Jude Law. Does that mean he'll be there?
Yes, he'll
be there. Okay, so Jude Law will be honored and will be there apparently on November 14th at the St. James Theater.
Be hosted by John Oliver, who exists to make me feel a failure. We were at university at exactly the same time.
I didn't know this.
We were at university at exactly the same time. We share a lot of friends, although we're not friends, although we know of each other. But we've been in America for about the same length of time. And he's John Oliver, and I'm...
You're Imogen Lloyd Webber.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
my mom read your book.
Well, he's done amazing.
My mom loves Imogen's book. She told me this weekend.
But John Oliver slightly exists. There's always one person, I think actors have this as well, there's always one person that makes you feel like a slight failure. Mine's John Oliver.
He's your black swan. Yeah. White swan, whatever. Adina Menzel as Grisabella.
Oh, this was
Nope,
hysterical.
Unfortunately not, because that would have been amazing. Adina Menzel as Grisabella would have been great. But we did get to see her sing Memory on Ellen, on the Ellen show,
version.
In honor of the end of Cat Week. Was that what it was? And it was hilarious, and Adina sang it beautifully, and I would love to see her.
Well.
Oh, well, I mean, she's sort of a dream cast.
I sort of would like to see her I'd love to see her do it.
Yeah, well, why don't you
At
get?
some point.
Yeah, why don't you?
He's coming
why
in
don't you-
soon.
yeah, let's work on that.
I'll
The
talk
grosses
to him.
came out. The front page is already a huge hit,
Huge
right?
hit.
That's
Huge
sort
hit.
of like
101% capacity.
everyone's
It's
loving
done.
that. There's also a video up with Beth Stevens and Ben Forster, who's Phantom in
Yeah, it's
London.
playing that
We
with the
shot that when we
30th
were in London.
anniversary. It's a big deal.
Yep.
So it's any minute now, that. Next week.
Yep, and then there's also a video of Gordon Greenberg, the director of Holiday Inn, a video I produced. And I think that's it.
That's it.
I'm going to get out of
already-
here.
Welcome,
I'm going
Ryan
to get out of here
Vona.
because we have some fake applause happening. I'm going to get out. Come on in, Ryan.
Hello, Ryan. Now, am I saying that right? Ryan Vona.
Yeah,
Because I would say as a Brit, Ryan Vona.
yeah.
Sorry. Us Brits. You can't take us anywhere. So how are you?
I'm doing very well.
You're in a really big Broadway hit.
It's very big size-wise. Yeah.
Well, it's huge, but also,
Yeah.
you know, lots of people are going and having an amazing
Oh, yeah.
time. Now, there have just been some changes
Yeah.
recently, haven't there? Because when I saw it, loved it, but there was a bit, we don't want to spoil anything, there was a bit of a sad ending.
Yeah.
But now you're saying maybe a little bit happier?
It might be a little bit happier.
A little
and
happier?
yeah, I think the benefit of being Cirque has the ability to they do this in a lot of their
Yeah.
shows, that they can just change if they kind of would like to go in a different direction with things. They have all the creative power to just go, yeah, we can change that and make this better and suit a different audience.
Yeah.
That
So, Search Say, obviously, it's their show, Paramount, but it does have, if you haven't heard, it's got a proper storyline.
Yeah.
And you're part of the proper storyline,
Yeah.
this love triangle.
Yeah.
How is that sort of in rehearsal through the whole process, working with Cirque, and it's so different to sort of normal musical theatre, as it were?
It's been different because, I mean, you get to work with acrobats, and you're speaking kind of a different language, both like in your art and also they're speaking French most of the time. So it was a very it was a new experience, kind of navigating how to weave our story through their acrobatics, and it was very fun to kind of work with those people together on that. And I mean, we have kind of like our three different camps: our choreographers, our acrobats, and then us kind of there crafting the story and everything. And so, like we would have be like, here are our pages. Here's what we want to do, and they'd be like, okay, well we're gonna flip over your head on that point. We're like, oh, okay, cool. Well, let's do that. All right, cool.
I mean, how long did the rehearsal process take? Because it's a massive
Oh,
spectacle. I mean,
yeah.
it's not only a Broadway show, it's sort of in between a Vegas Broadway. I mean, it's
Yeah.
hybrid of shows, and this huge space. If you've not been to the Lyric Theatre, it's where Spider-Man was.
Yeah.
It's massive. There's like nothing else that's on
Oh
Broadway
yeah,
right now.
and we took a lot of time to
Yeah.
make sure, because usually a Cirque show, they have a year of what they call creation, and they create a whole show from nothing. And so we cut that in time, because usually we have 4 weeks and we're up on our feet, but we took from January to April to craft that, so about 4 months, which is
Now, it's set in the golden age of Hollywood,
Yeah.
and you're a composer.
yes.
Did you relate to your character at all, or is
Oh,
it just
completely.
a completely different? You did.
Yeah, well, I'm a composer
Yeah.
myself. I write music. I have an album out right now, and
Came out in February, is that right? Is it February?
came out in
Oh, sorry.
May.
May, there you are.
Yeah.
That was my research off. Sorry, everybody. But it's out.
Yeah,
it's called
out in
Somebody.
it's called Somebody. You can find it on iTunes and Spotify. And yeah, I really related to it because he's a composer who's kind of being like picked up out of nowhere and like plopped into the limelight, and having to navigate that kind of world.
How did the audition process go for Cirque? I mean, was it different to audition process you'd done before? You made your Broadway debut with Once, didn't
Yeah.
you? And was it different getting this gig, or how was
Not
it?
too different. I went in, Telsey cast it, and I just went in and sang my songs, and then they
Do you
had
have a
me-
go-to audition song?
For this, no, not really. I kind of usually tailor an audition song. I'll be like, oh, I'll kind of rack the brain for what would be a
Work
good
for
song.
maybe the
Yeah.
character I'm
For
going
this
up
one, I sang and played the
Mhm.
piano, Jamie Cullum's song, Love Ain't Gonna Let You Down, and
And nailed it.
nailed it. I
Nailed
guess.
it. And then you're working with Jeremy
Yeah,
and Ruby.
and Ruby.
And so how's that been?
Oh,
That sort
they're
of
a
love
dream
triangle,
team.
because they really, it's very intense between the three of you.
Oh
on that
yeah,
stage,
on
isn't it?
stage it's very very intense, but off stage it's anything but. We just have so much fun.
Any on-stage mishaps? Fun ones. You know, we don't
Fun.
want to go.
I mean, working with Cirque, there's so many variables.
Yeah.
There's so many things that go astray and whatnot.
The audience never notices, do they?
No.
I mean, it's just
no, of
you
course.
just cover up and keep on going.
Well, yeah, sometimes we'll have like some bigger gotta hold because we got something really cool coming and we want to make sure it's safe.
Yeah.
But in terms of like little fun mishaps, we work with a clown. His name's Nate, and
Nate the clown.
He's like a ball of love and energy, and we have this one scene where he's trying to cheer me up. I'm a little down, so he does like a little hat trick and then does tap dancing on roller skates. But one night the roller skates kind of slipped out and he went right down into a split.
Oh no!
And then he popped right back up and was like, "I'll be on my way." I continued on with the song, and it was great.
It sort of works. I mean, what do you think makes a show right for Broadway in 2016?
Well, it just it brings so many people to the theater that aren't coming to the theater. You have such a huge tourist base that when they come to New York City, they go, "We want to see Lion King and we want to see Cirque du Soleil."
Yeah.
And they go, "Sorry, we don't have a Cirque du Soleil show."
Yeah.
And now finally they
That's
have
happened.
a home base in New York. You don't
Yeah.
have to go to Randall's Island. You don't have to go anywhere but right in the thick of it. So.
Is it a different audience to the one you experienced with Once?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with Once we were getting a theater crowd and lots of people who are coming just for the story and to see that beautiful story. And now we get those people as well. We get a theater crowd, and we get people who are looking for their first kind of narrative piece. People who have never even seen a Broadway show before, and it's a great introduction.
Yeah.
And
You see everything. I mean,
you
it's
see
huge.
everything,
It's-
and like you lead. My favorite thing, like there was a little girl in the audience. And we had this new, very exciting, very sexy unicycle act in the first act, and just the look on her face. It was just for the whole 4 minutes, however long it is, and I was just like, I don't know any other show that will
that could do that.
keep that little girl's mouth
Yeah.
open that long.
And it will be the most incredible experience that she'll take with her for the rest of her life,
Oh,
won't
yeah.
it? Absolutely. Have you got any dream roles? You're very
Uh,
young, so you've got the
yeah.
whole of your professional
I've got the
career
whole of
ahead.
it. I'd love to do some Shakespeare. That's my love.
Do you love the comedy or the tragedy?
Tragedy.
Yeah, me too. I don't
Yeah.
think his comedies are funny, but I'm a Brit, so I can say that. I'm allowed to.
Yeah, I'd love Hotspur and Hamlet and Romeo, but and then in the musical theater, George Seurat, Sunday in the Park, later on.
Later on. Well, no, it's important to have goals.
Yeah,
So
goals
talking-
are super important.
So talk to me about your album. Did you because you were in Once, and then were you writing it during Once? How did it go?
The songs take place the writing period over. I think I wrote one of the songs in like 2010, and then it kind of spanned my writing length until Once when that ended. I was like, this is important. I should put my music out there, and Once taught me that tenfold. And so I took a bunch of my friends from that experience, and I'm from Boston. We went back home, and I know people with a studio there.
Yeah.
We recorded there over a length of time between shows and when they could come in between shows. So then we finally got it all together, and I'm super proud of it.
And it's out, so it's out now, and you can get it via your website. That's right.
Yeah, ryanvona.com, or it's on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon,
So yes,
all over.
all good retailers, as it were. Do you want to do another? Have you got another one in your mind right now, or another album? Or
Yes,
yeah.
I do.
So you're working on that.
Yep, plugging away on that. We had a little week break, and I recorded a track from it down at the Sound Emporium in Nashville, Tennessee,
Okay.
and excited to maybe release that in the near future.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I always like to bring it back to the show.
Yeah.
What do you hope audiences take away with them from Paramore?
Just the night of their life. I mean, people come in and they don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
A lot of my theater friends come in and they're like, we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. I've never seen a Cirque show. Had no idea how you guys were going to put a story into it. And then they always come out and they're like, I had no idea what I was going in for. Wow. That was, and they're just blown away because they've never seen that level of acrobatics on a stage. And
now with a happier ending.
A little happier
ending.
Everyone gets a little.
Well,
little
thank
bit
you
of love.
very much for joining us,
Thank you
Ryan,
so much for
and
having
thank
me.
you so much for watching. And we will see you tomorrow live at 5. Good night.
Bye bye.